Hello everyone, Namaskar, Raj Krishna this side, and today we are going to solve one more problem from Inequalities. You might be thinking another basic problem. Let me say you something. The more time you spend in basics of any concept, the lesser time you will take in that journey of harder question. When you will solve harder question, harder means a bit difficult ones. If your basics are clear, you will solve it in lesser number of time. But if you skip this a little basics, that will become very you will become vulnerable to those disappointments and demotivations which we call in studies. So that's why we hate math, because our basics are not clear at times, but this time I will make sure that that is clear. So again, we'll try this solving this by two methods. First one, we'll remember nothing. Okay, we will remember nothing on our side. We'll just see this, some basic rules, that's it. So what is the first thing which we do? We plot a number line. So let's do that. So there we have a number line for you. Let's draw a smaller one. Now in this number line, you have something called the critical points are to be plotted on this number line. How we get those critical points? Just equate this brackets to 0. So if you equate the first bracket to 0, you are going to get x as 2. So where is 2 on the number line? Let's plot it somewhere here. If you equate the second portion to 0, you are easily going to get 5 as the value of x. So let's plot that 5 here. As you already know, the other two ins are plus infinity and minus infinity. Fine enough? Now what we do, given this small sections, or this entire number line is for the time being divided into three parts. The first part is minus infinity to 2, second part is 2 to 5, and third part is 5 to infinity. Now we'll analyze the LHS, which is 2 minus x into x minus 5 for all these three reasons, and then we'll decide the sign. So for the first reason, which is 5 to infinity, let's take some random values. So 10 lies in this region, of course. Yes. So if I want to decide on 10, so on putting 10 here, you get minus 8, and then you get 5. So of course this is minus 40, clearly strictly less than 0. So this is giving you a negative at the beginning. Fine. Take any other value, let's say 6. So 2 minus 6 is minus 4, 6 minus 5 is 1. Again giving you minus 4, which is again less than 0. So you decided that in this reason the sign is going to be negative. That means the value of that expression for any value in this 5 to infinity is going to give you something negative. Okay. Now come to this reason, and not only we'll take integers, we can take any real number in this reason. Okay. Now you may take 5.1, 5.2 and so on. So now 2 to 5. I am taking simple number so that the calculation is easy, and for us it is easy to decide. So in 2 to 5, I am taking 4. So 2 minus 4 is minus 2, and 4 minus 5 is minus 1. This is giving you 2, which is strictly greater than 0, isn't it? So greater than 0 plus, you might take any other number, let's say 3. 2 minus 3 is minus 1, and 3 minus 5 is minus 2, giving you 2, which is again greater than 0. So plus is decided for that reason. Coming to the final reason, minus infinity to 2. 1 is a good number here, and 0 is also a good number. So 1, if you take, so you are going to get 2 minus 1 is 1, and 1 minus 5 is minus 4, again giving you minus 4, which is less than 0, isn't it? Any other number, let's say 0. So 2 minus 0 is 2, 0 minus 5 is minus 5, giving you minus 10, again less than 0. So minus. So some of you might be thinking till now that do we need to do it every time? No. We'll, in the end of this video, we'll reach to some conclusion, and that conclusion is important. Not every time you will analyze for all the values. After this lecture, you will reach a point where you can give the answer in few seconds. Okay. So now when we have got this, they are asking us to give for less than 0. So as I have told you, for less than 0, your possible values of x will be the first reason, which is minus infinity to 2. My infinity side always open bracket, and 2 side also it will be open bracket this time because equality is not there. So yes, and we'll, because one more reason is there, so put a union there, and then 5 to infinity. Fine. This is the algebraic solution in the form of sets. Now if you want to give a better looking solution for this, then I might recommend you drawing a graph, which will be again this 2 reason only. Let's choose a better color so that it becomes more visible. So this will be a open bracket at 2 and 5 both. Then we will set this reason, just simply make it a bit thick, and these 2 reasons are part of our answer with hollow circle at 2 and 5. So this is a graphical solution. Wavy curve, sometime we say. So we start from a lower thing because we have a negative 1, and there we go. We'll increase the graph here, and it will go down again because it's negative. So this is just a wavy curve, just to show plus minus. That doesn't have any huge impact on the solution. So that's what we have here. Okay, and please don't leave the video because I am going to solve it another way, and then will the final conclusion. So what is the another method? You must be wondering why it is starting from minus, because in most of the problem we see it starting from plus. The reason being the coefficient of x here is negative, so it's starting this way. Okay, now I am saying that how can we make it start from plus, because that is easier, because if that will be pattern will be clear, we'll be following that pattern throughout in every problem. We don't have to analyze every time. So how can we do that? Yes, we can do that. How? Look at coefficient of x. How can we make it positive? So for that, what you do, multiply by negative 1 on both sides. And when I say you multiply by negative 1 on both sides, the sign of the inequality is going to change. Although the magnitude is not going to change in RHS, because 0 multiplied by minus 1 is not going to impact 0. But as per the rules, if you are multiplying by a negative quantity, the sign will change. So multiplying by negative quantity on 2 minus x only for this bracket. Second bracket is a very, very beautiful one. And this is less than 0. Initially, But now when I multiply it by minus 1, the sign will flip and this will become greater than 0. So now this can now be written as x minus 2 and then x minus 5 is greater than 0. So solving this one or solving this one is the same thing. They are just different people, same people with different wearing different clothes, isn't it? Because the solution which you are going to get is not going to change. But in the second one, this is a nice looking thing because the coefficient of x is negative, positive, and we can easily draw the graph for the number line for it. So if I see the number line for this, there you go. If I make this as my number line and then move, so the first thing which I'm going to plot will definitely be 2, and the second thing, as you can see, is 5 plus infinity and minus infinity. Now again I will analyze, but this time only for one values, just to show you that this start like plus minus plus. So if I take any value, let's say 6. So for 6 I am getting 6 minus 2 is 4, 6 minus 5 is 1. Of course 4 which is greater than 0, so plus here. Then any value here, let's say 4. 4 minus 2 is 2. 4 minus 5 is minus 1. Again you are getting minus 2 which is less than 0, so a minus sign. Again a value here which is 1. 1 minus 2 is minus 1. 1 minus 5 is minus 4. Again 4 which is greater than 0, so plus minus plus. That's what we want in our life. Uniformity, plus starting with plus and then plus, alternate minus plus minus plus, so on. Okay, and if that is there, your, and please concentrate, you will not consider this now for your solution, writing your solution. You will consider the changed inequality, because both are same thing, but the number line and the situation plus minus plus is true only for this. So looking at this, this says greater than 0, so focus on greater than 0 only. So two reasons are there. Reasons are same although, but signs have changed. So your solution will include minus infinity to 2, again open bracket, 5 to infinity. I don't think you need to, I need you to tell why open bracket, because equality is not there. And there you go. If you want to show it graphically, then just say the portion having positive, open circle at 2 and 5. So that's it for this problem. As you can see, the answer in both the cases is correct, but from the next time do follow this, because you are going to get a quicker solution. Okay, otherwise you have to analyze. Okay, that's it. So sorry for taking a lot of time, but explanation was important. I might have taken a lot of time in explaining. Somebody else will take a smaller amount of time, but yes, that's how it goes. See you with some other problem next day. Say it to your friend. Thanks for coming.